Hello everyone. I'm Logan, and this is my partner Jason, and today we're talking about the inconvincible truth, the global warming hypothesis. Next slide. And first of all, we're going to see a short clip on YouTube. Okay, after watching this video, it's easy to see that we often jump to some quick conclusion when receiving a message at the first sight. The thoughts might be convincible on the surface, yet the fact often stands opposite. But how often do we let ourselves be convinced too quickly? Do you know what the most talked about issue is that concerns the world today? Without a doubt, global warming crisis is the most talked about issue we hear about every day and everywhere. However, when we are afraid of the upcoming disaster, what do we really know about this inevitable calamity? We're standing here to deliver the speech not just because we're concerned about the Earth, but also we are capable of telling you the truth. We have read a dozen of reports and papers. The figures and diagrams were provided by Columbia University here in New York, and NASA, and Golda Institute. Okay, after watching this video, it's easy to see that we often jump to some quick conclusion when receiving a message at the first sight. The thoughts might be convincible on the surface, yet the fact often stands opposite. But how often do we let ourselves be convinced too quickly? Do you know what the most talked about issue is that concerns the world today? Without a doubt, global warming crisis is the most talked about issue we hear about every day and everywhere. However, when we are afraid of the upcoming disaster, what do we really know about this inevitable calamity? We're standing here to deliver the speech not just because we're concerned about the Earth, but also we are capable of telling you the truth. We have read a dozen of reports and papers. The figures and diagrams were provided by Columbia University here in New York, and NASA, and Golda Institution, all of which are prestigious in the related area. In the following presentation, we'll tell you the reason why the hypothesis of global warming is so popular in the world today, and why nobody questions this theory. At last, we're going to give you some solution to break this myth. First of all, let me show you the fact. When I say fact, I mean evidence supporting with objective data coming from top-notch institutions, not any further inferring from the public or media. To examine the global warming hypothesis, we must have to know the situation of carbon dioxide and the average temperature on the Earth. The fact is, the carbon dioxide, CO2, in the atmosphere is increasing. But how much does it increase? The amount of CO2 in the air has increased from the number here to the number below. That is, 60 of a million is how much it has raised, according to the report released from Antarctic scientists. The amount of CO2 has increased continuously since 1880. That's 50 years after the Industry Revolution. It seems reasonable so far. Here, I visualize the number above. Imagine the entire atmosphere of the Earth is a football field. Nitrogen brings the quarterback all the way to the 75 yards, and the oxygen brings to the ball to the line of 99 yards. Within a yard, there's argon puts you at the 3.5 inches in front of the touchdown zone. So what's the proportion of the CO2 in these 3.5 inches? About an inch. That is the visual scale drawing of CO2 in the air. in the air, 1 inch in a 100-yard football field, has 6 as a chalk. And the CO2 has increased 60 of a million in this 1 inch. It might be gallons of amounts in the vast atmosphere, yet still super minor to the atmosphere as a whole. That is fact number 1. Next, let's check out the data of average temperature. The average temperature of the Earth had raised 0.3 degrees Celsius between 1970 to year 2000. The average temperature started to decline when declined between year 2000 and 2008. In 2008, the average temperature of the Earth came to 14.3 degrees Celsius, the lowest temperature reading in 30 years. The winter in the 2009 is cold spell for Earth. Next projector, please. This is the news of the coldest year of 2008. Next projector. This is the winter in 2009 is a cold spell for the Earth. The northern hemisphere was nearly frozen by the continuously striking of snowstorms. The average temperature around the world varies. There's no any known universal theory to explain the temperature change. Here's a diagram around the world. As you may see, it's Australia and it's in Russia. Next, Italian, France, Germany. The average temperature changes around the world. There's no universal theory, just like I just mentioned. Okay, so this is California, and next station it will be Colorado. So as you can see, the average temperature around all places are all different. So we can't say there's a trend of declining, or there's no actual basis for this global warming thing. And this person, in 1998, Professor James E. Hansen, the first one who came up with the hypothesis, I hereby quote what he said: "We're all not certain about the reason of climate changing, but the long-term forecast is totally impossible." Quote over. The truth is, we can't even estimate the weather 2 weeks after. But the researchers and the media around the world have begun rolling the climate changing issue all by themselves. Crop failure, deserts expand, glaciers melt, sea level rises, extreme weather events occurs, etc. Those are well-known disasters you may hear about in your daily life by all kinds of press and sent forward mails. Now, let's see this myth.